Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of A Run Through, and today we're taking a look at Second Extinction. It's by Systematic Reaction, which is a subset or the change name of Avalanche Studios. I can't quite remember, but the people that did Generation Zero, this is their next game. It's a dinosaur fighting game in early access on Steam at the moment. It is $24.99, I want to say, but I think if you own Generation Zero, they give you a slight discount. As you can see here, I'm kind of just going through the armory and stuff, sort of showing off some of the weapons and jumping into a multiplayer thing. And so what you do is basically you're dropped onto an island. There are currently only, what is that, 6 missions broken up over the first campaign. It seems like there's slots for other campaigns, but they're just not in there yet. It's early access, like I said. And then you have it's a 4-character class kind of game. I've only really tried 3 of them. And I will say I think the abilities of the characters are something that probably needs a tweak more than anything else to begin with. There's some performance stuff and other things like that, but that's to be expected. And it is a little light on content, I'll say. But yeah, there's like hers, for example, the character I've been playing primarily. She lays down like an electric fence, but it's kind of hit or miss where you're actually going to lay it down. And then it connects to another one, but it's also kind of hit or miss if you're going to be able to. There's not really an indicator for distance. There's only really an indicator for if you can place it somewhere. So you can place it somewhere and then they won't connect, and then it sort of wastes it because they're on like a cooldown system. So it's a little weird. You may see that, you may not. I can't quite remember if I used any of it in there or not. But we're loading into a mission here, so you'll kind of see it here in just a second. But I think overall it feels pretty good. The performance stuff was a little weird to get acclimated with. It sort of runs at a weird frame rate in general. I heard some people saying that you need VSync on to make it work. Generally speaking, these are G-Sync monitors, so I usually don't have to do that. And honestly, at some point it just sort of worked and was fine without doing that, so I don't really know if they updated it maybe, or if there was something like that. I didn't see anything in the patch notes, but at some point it was not working and then it just decided to. So it seems to be running better. Some of the performance in the video will be hung up a bit, but that's just going to be the recording. It's not the actual gameplay itself. The gameplay has been relatively smooth after that point. Yeah, generally speaking, so what's going to happen is you're going to drop into an island. You have a certain couple sets of missions that you'll be sent on. There's also, it is an open world-ish map. It's kind of, I don't want to say it's not gigantic, but it is big enough. You can technically stay on here as long as you want, really. There's like missions that'll pop up and things like that. Like there's like a cave in or collect dinosaur eggs, rescue some teams, some other stuff like that, and they all just kind of pop up as you're moving around. And it's in your best interest to do that because most of that stuff takes like a second or two. Some of them is just like flip a switch and then you're good. I will say combat has been pretty fun mostly. Like, it's better than I initially thought. It is a lot of it does get kind of repetitive because you are just kind of killing dinosaurs, and not a lot of them really do a whole lot to sort of distinguish themselves. Like say the flatbacks, the triceratops, raptors, everything kind of either charges or jumps at you. And then there's a few dinosaurs that will kind of smack on the ground and sort of send a shockwave at you. That's kind of it. So it's like a little maybe dull on that side. There's one variant that's like or 2 variants, I guess, rather. There's a spitter that'll shoot stuff at you, and then there is a like kind of lightning thing that will sort of teleport around, but it doesn't seem to like do. I guess it will stun you with electricity if it's like charged up or whatever. And then there, like, some of them have buffs, like that's a apex raptor, and he'll kind of buff the other ones, stuff like that. So there's a few things that kind of tweak them a little bit, but generally speaking, they're not like overtly all that different. The designs are all really good. I just think that the combat needs some tweaking and some more exciting moments, I think, because even fighting the T-Rex is like, it's cool, but it's kind of dull still too, because you're sort of like, they all have a weak spot, so you're just kind of aiming at that, and it doesn't quite move as fast, or after you kill your first one, they feel pretty trivial, I guess is what I mean. That being said, though, I think there is a lot of potential here overall. Like I said, the game definitely functions as intended, and like I said, it plays pretty well in general. The mission design too is like somewhat varied, but I think that's another one they could improve. And then environmental stuff as well, which I imagine with the other campaigns, like this one specifically was Tundra campaign, so I assume that means like cold weather, that kind of stuff. So I assume we'll get some like jungle environments, some other stuff like that, I hope. There are different sections of the map too that will change in intensity. I'm not sure if that's by like you visiting them or by like clearing out creatures and stuff. Maybe both of those things affect it. I'm not totally sure. It's not super clear how that happens. And you can also, I think, just drop into the map and free range kind of like farm items and stuff if you want, which those are going to be all used for the upgrades of the weapons. Your characters don't upgrade at all, but the weapons themselves do. You'll also find, and that's maybe where another major criticism comes in, is just like the ability to find like specific dinosaur parts for upgrades and stuff. Like if you need like a pristine claw of some kind or whatever, you kind of just have to aimlessly run around in the high area and hope something like that comes out. There's not like specific dinosaurs don't stay in specific sections or something like that, so it's kind of up to the RNG, I guess, where they show up. It's kind of hard to say. But yeah, I think that's kind of it. There's not, like I said, it's a good game. There's not a whole lot happening though, I'll be honest. Like it's well, the foundation is there, but it is kind of thin. I would imagine the price will go up as most early access stuff does when it comes out of that. So if you want to get in with this, I'd say there's some fun to be had there. Oh, there are, I will say, cosmetic unlocks and stuff like that too, because there is a level up system. So you'll level up and unlock different cosmetics, and you'll also unlock different weapons and like grenades and stuff like that you can use your research, which is sort of your currency, to unlock stuff like that. Weapon skins and things like that too. There's not there's no microtransactions that I've seen. That doesn't mean that won't change, but I don't remember. No, actually, Generations did have some, so there may be some in the future. I don't know, but those are all very light, like outfit packs or something like that. So nothing too insane. And as you can see there, that performance really chugged, but that was not. I wasn't experiencing that. That was just the recording. So. But yeah, guys, I think that's it. I've enjoyed it quite a bit, but like I said, there is quite a bit of caveats to it. So, if you have any games you'd like me to cover in the future, please let me know in the comments down there. If you have any comments or questions about this game or any specific things, feel free to ask in the comments as well. And we'll see you guys in the next one.